Hello, I'm Piaget Jenkins. I'd like to review how to use the execute command feature to view and configure external non-workspace manager tasks, for example like a company-wide questionnaire or maybe even a simple cleanup task. So to get started, we want to navigate to Composition, Other, and then Execute Command. Once here, we want to make sure that is enabled as always, and then we can navigate down here to the bottom on the Add button. Now, first thing we want to do is we want to create an administrative note. So this time around, we're going to do a script. So I'm going to just title this test script. Here, if you have any command line, you can actually enter that there, but since we're actually going to do a script, we want to fill in the placeholder variable for the script. So when you're doing that, you want to make sure to put the variable in just script. There we go. And then here we have the opportunity to run this command hidden if we would like, but we're not going to do that this time around because since it's just going to be a simple message for the user, we want them to interact with it. So let's not choose to run it hidden. You can also choose to run once if you would like, but we're going to choose to run this every time. Here we have run task, and this is actually a timing mechanism, so we can run it at logon before other actions, after other actions, at refresh, at reconnect, or at log off. So for our purposes, we're going to choose after other actions. And we're also going to click on wait for tasks to finish before continuing. That way this task actually occurs before the rest of the workspace is composed properly. You can also use a timeout if you would like. Since the user will be interacting with this, let's go ahead and check that. So we do have a timeout value, and you can actually change this value in seconds if you would like. So we'll put it on 20, and we'll leave it at both online and offline connections as default. And over here, this is where we're actually going to put our script in. So just as a simple message, just do an echo. Then something like hello world maybe. There we go. And then a file extension if you have anything different. And then of course we can choose add access control if we wish. And then now that we're done, we're going to click OK, and we have our first execute command. Now, to move on to the second one, I'm actually going to import a building block of a command to create an offline folder that I've already created beforehand. So instead of clicking Add button this time around, I'm going to right click here and click Import Building Block. I browse to the building block that I created, I open, and now I choose it here, start the import. This time I can leave everything as default. And there we go. Our other execute command is there and is in place. So let's go ahead and open it up, and this time around we can see that I have the administrative note is to create the offline folder, and the command line is here. So a variable for the Windows directory, System32, the command, and it's going to create a folder into the root of the C with the title of offline and a variable for the username. Right down here I have it set to run hidden. That way the user will not know that this command is being run at their logon. Do not have it set to run once. I do want to have it set to run the task at logon after the other actions, and once again we'll wait for the task to finish before continuing. That way we make sure that that folder is set up properly before continuing to compose the workspace. This time around do not need a timeout, and the script is left blank of course because we're not doing a script, it's doing simple command. Access control once again will be assigned to everyone, and let's click OK. Now if you look down here, you have a button you can see says show all commands and change order of execution. So if you want this one to run first, for example, we can go ahead and change order of execution. We could bump it up if we would like, or bump it back down. It's up to you. And then once you're done with that, you pick your order, and then you can even show all commands if you would like, if there's anything associated. And there we go. Before we continue here, we want to make sure to enable this. Once again, looks like it was disabled when I added the building block because it set it back to its pre-configured behavior. But once again, just click Apply, and now it looks like the only thing left to do is to take a look at our user and see what their experience is like. Okay, so let's log in with our user. And there we are. Here's our script that we entered here just as a message for the user. If we don't press it within 20 seconds, a timeout value will enter, but let's go ahead and hit a key. That way we can continue with our login. Now that we're logged on, let's go ahead and take a look at our drives. Now, the reason I'm able to see the C drive and I'm able to access it is because I do not have read-only blanketing enabled, nor am I hiding drives at the moment for the purpose of this specific video. But as we can see, just like the other script we enabled, the offline folder was created right here. And there we are. Thanks for viewing. This has been Execute Command for RES Workspace Manager 2011.